This here is about the Moorish Science Temple of America in comparison to the Moose Lodge. Now, I picked the Moose because I found some information I thought was disturbing. Okay, first and foremost, my grandparents back in the 80s or so were members of the Moose Lodge, and it was I think it was every Friday night. Pretty certain it was every Friday night, if not every Saturday night. Right? They would get all dressed up, right, looking sharp. Old Pappy come out, fucking, right? The smell of brute in the air and shit, right? And they would go out dancing, come home, right? And Pappy always had a good buzz on him. You could see his face was just kind of shining from from getting out there and having a good time. However, I've been looking for this kind of what was going on a few years back, a few decades back, before everybody turned into the fucking snowflake fuckheads that fucking now permeate and control everything. And so when I say control everything, for example, if you're a millennial out there and you have somebody that is 30, 40 years older than you, and they're saying something you don't like, you should, not even should, you should, or no, you better, if you're in my world, you better mind your fucking manners and your fucking respect. Okay? And so this world doesn't revolve around you, you fucking little snowflakey fucking twats. So anyways, I'm so stuck on that because it's just everywhere I look, and it's the most disgusting aspect of the American society. So the moose. Be a moose. Or be a Moor. So I was interested in the moose, and I went over here to, nope, not there, to there, to the, and I do my research. I found this interesting, and this is the heart of what's going on here. The membership, 1928 was 650,000. 66. See, they're growing here. They're growing. They almost doubled. And so it took them about 50 years to double their membership. And then from that point on, and this is around like when my grandparents were there and shit, and the place must have been happening. It would have probably been a good time, I'm thinking. And just in the 70s in general, in the 80s was fucking way cooler than before all this fucked up shit. Before the country turned into a bunch of fucking maniacs. So then you go, and then it starts to dwindle, man. And what do we got? Another 50 years later, it goes back. So basically, in 100-year span, almost, the membership didn't fucking budge. No, it did go up, but I mean, from 100 years later, we're right back to fucking nothing, basically. The same. And so, try to make this as quick as possible, right? So, it was founded in 1888, right? Then I wanted to go the racial discrimination. The memberships of the lodges should be composed of male persons of the Caucasian or white race above the age of 21 years and not married to someone of any other than the Caucasian or white race. That was in their constitution and general laws of the loyal order. The lower is what I was going to say because it's like fucked up in my head. The lower order of the moose, because they're, but then the bylaws, the National Moose Lodge bylaws restricted membership in this men's club to Caucasians. However, in 1972, and I wouldn't doubt if this was not a this was not part of a conspiracy. I didn't even read into this guy. But just the mere fact that he's got this case, that's like what a lawyer would do. And you see that shit all the time with lawyers. Or attorneys is a better word for them. An African member of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives. There you go. I had not even was invited to visit a lodge in Harrisburg as a guest. The lodge dining room refused to serve, and that's on the account of his race. There had to have been. There's no fucking way. He's a member of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives. He was invited, and then they fucking said, yeah, no, we're not going to serve you alcohol. So he sues, and I can't fucking sue anybody. I can't get a lawyer. I can't find one. I can't even press charges on getting my face bashed in. But this is 1972. Extreme racism going on and all that, and he has the capability. So he sues the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board in federal court, arguing that the issuance of a liquor license to an organization with racially discriminatory policies constitutes an illegal state action. This is such fucking garbage, okay? The case was ultimately appealed, right, to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has to deal with this childish fucking shit. Here's what I would have done. I would have been like, oh, okay, go fuck yourselves, you fucking cunts. And maybe thrown fucking, as I was walking out, slash fucking somebody's beer out of their fucking hand, right? Or bump, or like accidentally bump a fucking couple drinks over. Oh, oops, I slipped. Boom. Yeah, do something like that if you want to get fucking childish. And we're going to have to take this to the Supreme Court for the fucking practice of racial discrimination. And he's saying, but then the Supreme Court rules that since the Moose Lodge was a private organization, it had a right to practice racial discrimination. I don't think you have a right anymore, do you? I don't know. And the point is not for me to fucking want to be out practicing it. The point is the goddamn point, right? This is fucking childishness. This is fucking disgusting, right? For an example, if I had fucking friends and I knew that they were racist, okay. If I had a friend come, if I met a guy, he was really cool and shit, and all of a sudden we're hanging out, and he's like, racial slurs out the ass, and okay, that's your business. I mean, don't think that I'm going in with you, right? But I don't give a fuck about your racial preference, really. I don't give a fuck about your sexual preference either. Quite frankly, that's none of my business, and that's something you keep to your fucking self. That's how I look at it. I don't even want to fucking know. Like, you meet somebody and you're going to be, okay, I got a checklist here. Are you racist? Yes or no? Like when you were in fucking school. Like you're a child in school, and you used to write, I like you. Do you like me? Circle yes or no, or check yes or no, right? This is fucking garbage. So, in early 1990s, and this is what they're going for. So they're moving forward. A Moose Lodge in Maryland again denied membership based on race. Officials at the Moose International this time took action and took away the charter of the Moose Lodge. Okay, so yeah, we're entering into the 90s, where this is fucking the agenda is starting to go into full swing here now. And according to the Washington Post, Loyal Order of Moose Lodge 212, the largest lodge in the world, was ordered padlocked for repeated violations of Moose International general laws and stated policies. Kurt Weiermeister, yeah, That guy has a last name that sounds like a fucking like a problem. You got a picture of this guy? And if this is, I don't know if it's the same guy. What's good? What the point is you're getting into politics now, and we don't do politics. We do fucking whatever the fuck we want. Somebody on the goddamn side. Somebody on the outside of my fucking house doesn't tell me how to run my fucking house. So, anyways, they made it, I don't know where it was. Okay, so at least, until at least the 70s, membership was restricted to white men of sound mind and body in good standing in the community, engaged in lawful business, who are able to speak and write in English language. In 72, handed down a decision partially in the order's favor, saying the Moose Lodge in Harrisburg need not have its state liquor license revoked because of, okay, we got that one. In early Moose 9 o'clock ceremony. At 9 o'clock, all moose are directed to face toward Moosehead with bowed heads and folded arms and repent a silent prayer. Let the little children to come unto me, and forbid them not, for such is the kingdom of heaven. God bless Mooseheart. Yeah, I wouldn't fucking say that prayer. I didn't even quite understand it. It sounds fucking weird to me. It doesn't sit right. So, anyways, blah, 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 blah. There was a reform on the policies, and now an all-African woman order. So you're allowed to have an all-African woman order that I can't be part of. The Loom brought a suit against the Independent, Benevolent, and Protective Order of Moose in African American. So there was an African American order in 1925. This is I don't know. There's no such thing as freedom, you fucking people. You got everybody on the outside wanting to fucking... So I found it interesting. There was these Franklin D. Roosevelt. Yeah, that's not somebody I would want to... Right. Harry S. Truman. Yeah. And so they had those and some entertainers. Bunch of athletes. Arnold Palmer. Blah, blah, blah. Right? And I find this ironic. This is 1921. Look at how nice this is, right? This is Toledo, Ohio. This is Pittsburgh. It looks fairly new. What a fucking shithole. What do you guys do with this little shithole? Huh? And there's probably somebody lives on top. So it's about 2 windows big. It must be just a little bar. this shithole. You guys think you could maybe put a little bit of TLC, a little elbow grease in this shithole? Even looks like this is warped. Like it's caving in or something. God. This is the last time anybody put any fucking love into this fucking turd. Okay. Now you got that. I'm not even gonna go down this rabbit hole here. He was a Democrat profession. He was a professional politician. I should say a shit ton. He represented Pittsburgh for 30 years in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives for 30 years, and a place as a shithole. So I would assume he's responsible for that. And oh, he has a whole hall in the University of Pittsburgh built on his fucking nothingness. Like, what did he actually do? The place from where was he? From 1958 to 1988, the place turned into a shithole. There was fucking 70% unemployment in Pittsburgh in the 70s. They pulled out the whole fucking steel mill, everything. The place was a fucking shithole. And it pretty much still is. Okay. So, the Moose Lodge at this day, and then you got the black people, okay? I've got no problem with that, except for the fact that these people aren't allowed to have their own little fucking thing. And if they do have their own little thing, then they're going to fucking show up and start fucking shitting on it. Right? Not these specific people, but somebody, you know, has to fucking start fucking with it. Okay? But then, if you start pulling up everything caring for children, seniors in the community, this is what their fraternity is, to dress up like a fucking moose and hand out this, right? And for old dudes to fucking, right? And it's fucking pathetic, okay? And then, on top of that, what is this, a children's center? This used to be a man's thing, right? And they've got a hold of it. They got a hold of it and turned it into a fucking joke, right? So I called the Moose just to see, oh yeah, and just talking to, yeah, I don't need to get in with all you fucking monkeys. Real quick. Moose fraternity. And now they have a car where they got their shit on a car now. Be a moose. Stronger together. No, you're not, you fuckers. You don't understand that. You have weakened yourselves. Because now, look, now you're a big sissy fest. Crystal balls and fucking, like, I want a man's club. I walk into that club, there better be some pussy fucking hiding behind all of these balloons. Some sweet pussy hiding behind all these balloons. Not a bunch of fucking children. You guys, they're stronger together, are you? No, you know, and yeah, you guys should be together, but whatever, I don't know. Pap. That's funny. because my pap, he called himself, it wasn't my granddad, it was my pap. Called him, so everybody called him Pap, Pappy. So just real quick, is there any actual, can I see the people there? Looking for people. Okay, here's one. Women's moose. Oh, so they got a woman's, I guess. Yeah, not a single one of these people I would want to fucking hang out with. Moose family fraternity. I guess maybe. And I wouldn't mind hanging out with some of these old timers, listening to some war stories, but they're going to be war stories that are all vaginized. They're like, they say, and yeah, and I didn't give a goddamn. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend anybody here. Did I say a little bad word? Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Oh goodness gracious! Oh golly gee! Yeah, no, fuck all that. I fought for freedom. I fought for your freedom, and you can't even say a little swear word. O.M. Jesus. O.M.G. Yeah. This would be, yeah, I want something like that. Okay, so moose fraternity people, I guess, maybe. Nothing. Okay, Moose Association. Look, every one of these is some old fucking fuddy, fucking duddy farts. Everyone big fucking gut hanging out, ain't seen their dick in fucking in 20 years. Oh, and no, they probably have some power, right? They probably have some power, but okay, she looking kind of cute. And that's another thing, people, like, okay, well, whenever I get in, if there's going to be women, there better be some good-looking women. And if there's going to be dudes, then vacation at the Moose. Like, is this one of the Moose people? Because you're more like an elephant than a moose. But okay, so I'm a little picky. Excuse me, I'm picky. I don't want to waste my time. I already know that these people do not want to hear a single word I say. They don't want to. Nobody will want to fucking have me around. That's for sure. And yeah. So, anyways, we're done with the Moose. I was interested, and no thanks. Now we move on to the Moorish Science Temple, in which I called. And why? I called to see if I could be. This is 1928. This was the Moorish Science Temple in October the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. That's 6 days. 1928. They don't look like they. I don't see shackles. I don't see, like, I don't know. They look almost like they're doing fairly well for themselves. This is in America. Go fucking figure. What year is this? I don't know, but they look like they're, doing kind of well for themselves. He looks like he's doing alright. 1928. And then you have this, Temple number 9 in Chicago. So they've gone, and I like what they've done. They seem to have brought everything together. A church, science, and community, where the Moose Lodge lacks all of that shit. And That's a pretty nice looking place. Way better than any other shitbag holes that we seen. So I called up the Moors to ask if I was allowed. What would it take? You know, like if you had DNA that said that you were black, it says that you come from African origins. What would it take? How much DNA would you have? How black do you have to be? And if you're not black, can you join the Moorish temple? Let me say, I was calling some fucking scam artist. Oh, who's this? It was really weird, right? And it's like, yeah, I just had a couple questions. What do you want? What kind of questions? Well, they're just questions about it, you know, and that's the female. And then she's like, okay, well, he's got to give you a call back, and you got to call him at this, blah, blah. It was fucking weird. Like they're running some sort of scam, some sort of game. And then I got to speak to the master there of that lodge or that temple, whatever you want to call it. And I finally got to speak to him. And he went and he says, you have what are you, Irish, Italian? You have your own place. You have your own groups to get with. Why you want to come with us? And I'm like, because I'm not really interested. And he's, yeah, I looked at the Moose Lodge, and they, right? And so the blacks are allowed in the Moose Lodge, right? Or am I allowed? I'm primarily like 100% white almost, right? And they would never answer the question. However, he's like, well, let me ask you this. Let me ask. And I said, and then I went and said, okay, here's another thing. I have a relative who is a white girl who fucked a black guy who has half black kids. Are they allowed in it? Because we were talking. We were sitting around talking. Are they allowed in it? Well, how old are they? Well, fucking, can you answer the fucking questions, you fuck? And I sat there and I listened to this fucking guy, and he was like fucking, he sounded like he was in his 50s and 60s or so, and he was like, they called May 1933, and he sounded like he was almost crying. They called my daddy a nigger, and I don't even like to use that word, but that's what they said. I'm like, holy shit. Okay, and I just sat there listening like, oh, that's terrible. Aw, you poor thing. I'm so sorry to hear that. That was 1933. Oh, that must be devastating. The fact that you fucking still cry about it, you fucking weirdo. However, right? So that was my own personal, right? And it's very odd that for some reason, yeah, nothing makes sense, and it's actually very disgusting. It's more than fucking disgusting, right? Like, okay, so you Moors, you guys, and these are Islam. This is the nation of Islam type of thing. And so if you don't know, right, and most of you fucking stupid idiots don't know this, but this is the Moors. So this is the Islam. The Muslim empire was spanning all across Egypt. Morocco is right here, right? And where else they have? So this is the Moorish area. These were the Arabs. The Arabs were coming up around here. They united with all of these Africans, right? They got on board, and they were like, "Hey, let's go and take over this fucking place, Spain." So they rolled up in Spain, which was all Europeans, and they fucking murdered and killed everybody, huh? And so if you pull up just the Moors conquered, right, you'll get when black men ruled the world. I don't know about ruling the world. That's That's an over. You didn't never fucking, blacks have never ruled fucking China, okay? And that's some Arabs with some fucking Africans. And now the Africans have taken over the Spaniards and shit. All of Spain, the kingdoms, right? That's like fucking took one of their fucking heads, right? And so this was about 700 all the way up to about the 14, well, even in the 16. Depends on how fucking, like, these are, there was constant battles. So they went and they went fucking hit Sardinia, they hit Sicily, that fucking, and the Europeans had to keep fucking fighting them, and for hundreds of years they were fucking, they already had this conquered, and then they went off and tried to spread farther into Tours, where they were stopped and fucking and taken back, and then eventually the Europeans, and they are the reason, well, Islam, the Muslim empire, along with the Moors, are the reason that that they went into the Dark Ages. That Europe went into the Dark Ages because they shut off all the routes to fucking. So these Moors, they're here, right now, right in your fucking backyard, and this is their main. And look, uplifting fallen humanity for over 100 years. Come all ye Asiatics of America and hear the truth about your nationality and birthrights. Know thyself. Among the descendants of Africa there is still much wisdom to be learned in these days for the redemption of the sons of men under love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Okay, I mean, you know, like, yeah. However, is this, they're going to turn around and fuck us with it, right? I mean, once they get it, they're going to turn around and fuck us with it, right? So they're trying to take it from us, because these would have been prisoners of war at the time, that were all these slaves. If you were caught fucking conquering or trying to invade Spain, or if whites came back down, and what do you think happens when you get fucking caught? If you're not killed, you're a prisoner of war now. So, and I wouldn't doubt for a minute they claim that they were already on American soil. I wouldn't doubt that for a fucking minute. Why wouldn't they have ships and shit? How do you fucking think they got over there? How do you think they got over there? Well, they could have easily been over in the Caribbean islands. However, something happened in which the Europeans got fucking control back. So, and this is the ebb and flow that's going on here. Fuck. I hate trying to fucking explain all this shit. And so, obviously, this isn't like a real picture, but you know, these are the concepts. All you needed was a fucking army. Okay? An army of fucking people who are conquering and want to conquer. And that would be men. Okay? So don't tell me, right? I don't know this guy from Adam, but I would fucking have to say that if he was hanging out with all of his homeboys, right, and he was like, yo man, let's go and take over all of this shit, and there's like fucking 1,000 of them. Yo, man, we all got fucking guns. We could take this shit out. And they had a good, fucking well-devised plan. And you know, and there was some, yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure they could find a bunch of guys that would be interested in that shit. That's a. I do like their. They got some style with that. However, so if you were to find a temple, how many temples are there? I don't even know. There's Temple 1, 7, 10, 19. So there looks like there's a. Why did they skip with the numbers? But 1, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. And white people, you're not allowed to join these things, okay? And they are a nation inside of America, or inside of the United States. They are the Moorish nation, right? That would have been Philadelphia. It looks like they're pretty fucking. It looks like they got it going on, and they have their shit together. By all means, and I don't think there's anybody even close in the white peoples that come close. And so, you know, look, there's some real community there, and these are all like, there's a shit ton of adults in comparison to that Moose Lodge garbage. And they're having their own oaths. They're like they're like a Freemason group. It's like a fucking their own society. And I also like the fact that they don't have anything on the top. They don't have anything on the top of these flags. Is that a white woman? Yep. I bet you she's not a member. I know she's not a member. Every one of the members have something on their heads. She's just there as some sort of, maybe she's their attorney or something. She's probably their lawyer. $19.28. They have spears on theirs in 1928. So anyways, I like the fact that they have a 7. This looks like a real community here, man. You know, that's something I would actually want to be involved in. Not some fucking bunch of fucking wankers like the fucking Moose Lodge. mean, all these pictures, there's a big turnout. There is a real society going on here. And I can't do shit. I can't even find people. I'm not even allowed, if I make any attempts all the time, when I make an attempt to reach out to people, or I can't even fucking form a little fucking worthless band. Okay? And so, yeah. So, close this shit down. The Moose International. What a joke. So fucking worthless. You gotta get a little stock car racer to put your shit on it. And the women of them all. Here, gallery. I bet you any money. Oh, a pig roast. See, everything revolves around goddamn eating with these fucking white people. And I bet you any money that if I were to go down through here, I would see nothing but fat, unhealthy fucking monkeys. Alright, you know, you got old dude, you got a younger guy. Alright, that's kind of cool. You got old fucking, this fucking fucknut over here. And, ay. This is in comparison, these are some people that just look, those black people, the Moors, look so much healthier. Yuck. Everything based around fucking eating. You bunch of pigs. Okay, there's one dude there that looks like he might be pretty sharp. Huh? It's a fucking joke. But beautiful, like, place and beautiful establishment. I wouldn't mind hanging out in that establishment, but not with these people. Let's see. A whole table full of fucking and maybe one dude there that I might be cool. And I'm just judging books by the cover at this point, right? But, you know, it says a lot, right? Like, this old people fucking center is what this is. It's an old people center. Yuck. Everybody fat and fucking ugly. Alright, there's one dude that looks like he's kind of sharp. There's a younger dude. And then you got, he looks okay. Like, who, I would walk out in there and be like, okay, so who would I gravitate to? Maybe someone over here, but I'm a man, and they know that I'm gravitating to them because so that's disgusting, right? So I'm a sick fuck for that, right? Because I'm literally, yeah. No, blip. And they're all just waiting for fucking food. This, you know, that's all that this shit is. Oh, look at him. He's probably sitting there. The only thing on his fucking mind is that macaroni and cheese was delicious. I should go for my 5th helping. Huh? And he's like, damn, that pork on the spit, oh, that was good, boy. I love me some of them baked beans they had with extra molasses. Yummy, yummy, tummy, my tummy. And she's like, so I told him, you know, you better listen to me. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And he's such an idiot. He just doesn't even know what he's talking about. And then on occasion, he hears her in the fucking back of his head, and he doesn't, and he's like, damn, that poor son of a bitch sounds like he's married to a fucking barking bitch, ain't he? He better be careful. She'll fucking run off. Poor guy, poor sucker. If he doesn't fucking pay attention to her and do whatever she says, she'll run off with everything he fucking owns. And you got, oh my God, you shouldn't be allowed, you should have to cover that up. You shouldn't be allowed out in the public space looking like that. My God, look, like, I need to get every inch of these legs in some sun, but it's almost impossible. This, and then they got caution tape around, like you're a bunch of fucking pigs and you fucking corralled. No, the whole thing. Caution tape? The fuck is this caution tape for? God, this is the Moose Lodge 2088. Oh, and you know why? You know why they have it all like this? Because if they brought young guys like us, we might have a good time. There might be some like partying going on, right? And then cops would be called, right? And not by us, but by some other people. They're like, oh my God, they're starting to scare us. There's people like, they're just having a good time, and we don't know how to fucking handle that. Everything based around fucking food. And here's a fact, you fucking wackos, is if I want to fucking eat, I'll eat it at the house. Thank you. Here's what I do. I would eat at the house, and I go out to fucking party. I don't go out to fucking eat. Here's another thing I'd do. I'd eat at the house, have me a few drinks, so I'm a little bit already there, and I don't need to spend, you know, $5 a beer. Okay? So I might have 4 beers before before I'm ready to go. Just, right? And yeah, all this. You people are not my people. You're fucking scum. Hey, you know. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure you're nice people. In the realm in which I'm thinking, no, yeah, you're fucking scum. Okay, whatever. Okay, so that was really impressive. That was impressive. That was a sure sign of never wanting to fucking go there. Do they have more? The Regent. Anyways,